beautiful. Welcome to my Facebook Live. Please say hello if you're joining me. I want to hear from you. I want to know that you're here. I want to answer any questions you have about creating the foundation of your business so that what you do has flexibility, freedom, and a whole lot of fun in it. Drop me a line, send me a DM, drop a heart emoji. I'm jamming out to one of my favorite anti-corporation songs. Does anybody else love Macklemore? Make the money, don't let the money make you. Change the game, don't let the game change you. That lyric, that line right there was so important for me to just repeat as my mantra. Make the money, don't let the money make you. Change the game, don't let the game change you. And for me, I fought against a capitalistic structure for so long because when I graduated with my master's degree in psychology at the height of the recession in 2007, all I wanted to do was to get a job at a nonprofit where I was helping people. Does that resonate with you? Did you start your career just wanting to help people? Let me know. I'd love to hear from you. It's all I wanted to do. I wanted to help people. I wanted to be of service. But I soon realized that I couldn't do that and pay my bills and pay the $50,000 of student loan debt that I had accumulated from my frickin' degrees. So I took a job helping people, and the only corporate thing that I could see as helping people, which was in human resources. And I thought, well, it's working with people, so okay, if all I want to do is help people, then I'll just do human resources and I'll help people. But that's not how HR works, unfortunately. I painfully learned over the course of 15 years in human resources and recruiting, that HR is really hired to be the iron fist or the police officer of the company and to enforce the laws, enforce the rules. And who do you think the rules benefit? The corporation. Because there's no sense in being idealistic about where we are and what times we're living in. Most of you watching this, myself included, are living in 2020. Pretty sure we're all living in that year-ish, although what's the year anyways? And in capitalistic North America, and in the middle of a civil revolution with a whole lot of unjust, ridiculous, terrible things happening. And oh yeah, there's a Cheeto head for president. There's a lot going on. And it's a really difficult time period we're in. So who do you think the rules in capitalism and the rules of making money and the rules of most corporations are written for? The people who own the means of production. So that those people get richer. So if you want to make money and feel good, then sometimes you have to break the rules, or you have to bend them to your will, at least. And this is why I'm chaotic good. Anybody else out there, a super nerd or a D&D fan, let me know. Drop some love in the comments. I have been chaotic good since I was at least 5. My mother might say since before I was born. I know I was a terrible toddler. And basically, the thing with my philosophy is that I really just believe in making the rules serve you. So how do you do that, and why do you do that? Well, you do it because they were written to support other people, not to support you. Hey, Nola, thanks for tuning in. So when you're playing in a capitalistic structure and you're part of corporate America, you kind of know the game you're in. You know the game you're in. But when you try to get out of it and you want to do your own thing and be of service to other people and light up your life and have freedom and time with your family and friends, you think that you could get out of the corporate fucking structure. But I soon realized, even if I do that, which I have, the societal pieces are still in play. So you've got to bend the rules to help you, to help other people. It's a bit like Robin Hood, I'm not gonna lie. I don't have a hero complex, but it is a bit like Robin Hood when you're building a business and you want to help other people. It's a bit about changing where the gold is, so to speak. And why do you do that? Because the rules weren't written to support you and me. Most of us have really big dreams and really want to be of service and help people and do things that light us up while making good money and having freedom and time with our families. That's all. That's all we want. That's not much, right? And we deserve that. So what do? We bend the rules. And why do we do that? Because we deserve what we want in a way that's going to help other people, that's going to light up the world. So we bend the rules. We become activists. We become a little outspoken, a little more visible. We, make business posts on social media. Oh my goodness, when, we're not technically allowed to. Fuck that. Not technically allowed to. This platform is owned by a corporation. Everything that they do, everything that happens is of benefit to the corporation. Thinking otherwise is delusional and is not going to help you get what you want. Okay, so I've got 3 main points I want to share with you about the how and why to break the rules and some serious myths that I'm going to debunk for you today. So feel free to hit me in those comments, ask questions, riff on it. Let me know if, give me a hell yeah. Just catching on the comments now. Paige says, I started Playthink selfishly. Yes. Honestly, acting from selfishness is a really good rule breaker, right? Oh no, I couldn't possibly. Yeah, be selfish because what you do lights up other people and is, oh my God, I don't know where I would be without Playthink. Playthink is amazing. You light up so many people's lives, Paige, because you started something selfishly, right? And Paige said, I wanted to learn to up-level my hoop technique. Ha! When I realized I was the highest educated, lowest paid, only woman, and youngest person in my workplace, I bounced, never looking back. Yeah. Oh my God, I could tell you so many horror stories, and I promise you I will. But I've had to fight to pay women more money. I've had to fight to pay people of color more money. I've had to fight to tell my COO that no, we're not going to change the handbook and revert it back so that women are required to wear skirts in the workplace. Are you fucking kidding me? It's insane. I will tell you lots more of those stories in Corporate Rebel, my free Facebook group. So I'll drop the link at the end of this message, but go there. I'll share way more private stuff with you there than on this public space because I do want to control the container a little bit. Paige says, yes, bend the rules. Nola says, go, Paige, go. Yes. Absolutely. So bend the rules. Play the game. Don't let the game play you. Make the money. Don't let the money make you. And just that mindset shift, you guys, I would play that on my way driving to my corporate jobs and I'd be like, okay, all right, play the game. Play the game. For so long, I was rattling the bars of my cage in a corporate job and saying, I don't want to play this game. I don't want to play this game anymore. I just want out. Can you relate? Have you ever felt that way of I just don't want to do this. I don't want to do this. Can I opt out? How do I just opt out? And I realized, oh, I can't opt out unless I go live in a mountain and be a hermit. So how do I play the game? How do I play it to my advantage and make it feel good and help other women? So 3 myths about what you need to do in order to play by the rules when you're starting your own business, right? So that's a big thing of well, if I'm going to start my own business, I've got to do it right. And I can't quit until I do it right, until I make the right amount of money. I call bullshit. And the reason that's bullshit is because those thoughts help us play small and help us stay in corporate America even longer. What I tell my clients is that stay in corporate for as long as it still serves you, as long as your toxic tolerance is low enough, right? And so usually we work on a short-term and a long-term quitting goal. And anywhere in there is a great spot to quit. And that's based on a whole bunch of factors. I'll get into that in other times. But basically the 3 things that I want to make sure we debunk for you guys when we're talking about starting an online business and breaking these corporate myths are the first one, the idea that you have to have your clients or your niche nailed. Nope, wrong. In fact, if you try to do that before you start working with people and before you quit your day job, it's not going to go well because you'll put the cart before the horse, right? So we get more clear on who we want to work with and refine exactly who and how we want to work with somebody by practicing, by doing it. It's this whole chicken and the egg thing, right? What came first, the business or the clients? It's a bit of both. very annoying, very cool. So just move forward. Get a little bit of an idea of who your ideal client is, who you really get juiced up about working with, and move that forward. The second one is that you have to replace X amount of income before you can quit your job. Now, this is a tricky one because, yeah, you've got to have your housing and your food covered, right? Like, that's important. But what does it look like to have a side gig or a bridge job or a part-time job? Or maybe you have enough money invested that you can buy a house and rent it out. Or can you take some kind of a loan? Or can you depend on your partner and reduce your expenses? Or so many ways to envision how you transition instead of, well, I've got to make this amount of money full-time in my business before I quit my full-time corporate job. Like, that's crazy. So what are you going to do? Work 2 full-time jobs? No freaking way. There has to be some other way for this merger to occur. I work with my private one-on-one clients on specifically that strategy of, okay, how do we bridge this gap? How do we get from here to there? And it doesn't have to look like, well, I've got to make, $5,000 a month before I can jump. Like, okay, but I don't want anybody to burn themselves out or kill themselves before getting there. So that's a rule that has to be broken. You don't have to do that. Third one is this idea that you can't mix your personal and your professional worlds. No, wrong. In fact, it's actually of deeper service if you do share with your friends, if you let them support you, if you tell your family, like, I'm doing this really cool thing in the world, I'm super proud of it. Would you share it? Would you tell other people about it? Have you ever done that? Have you allowed your family to support you or your friends maybe and ask them like, hey, I'm doing this cool new thing. Could you comment on my Facebook post so more people see it? Could you share my post on Instagram? Would you do a 20-minute call with me and drop me a Facebook review? Like, there's so many ways for you to ask your friends and family to support you and for them to support you in a professional way that can feel really good. Have you guys ever done anything like that? Have you asked your friends and family for support? And if not, maybe that's a good thing to try this week. What does it look like to ask your family to share your thing or to comment? Or your friends to be like, hey, just, can I do a 30-minute call with you in exchange for a review? Anything like that, right? So these are 3 main myths of playing by the rules in order to do what you want to do in the world. So the first one was you have to have your niche nailed before you quit or start your business. You need to replace X amount of income before you quit your day job. And you can't mix your personal and professional worlds. So I'll dive into these more this week in full detail, but let me know what resonates, what doesn't. What have you tried? What rules have you broken that you've been told that we've been raised in corporate America and capitalism in 2020 that you were like, nope, I'm going to just bend that rule and do my own thing. Catching up on the comments, Nola says, I've had to ask friends to like my post to help them get seen further. Yeah. It's Facebook. It's the algorithm. And again, guys, Facebook is a corporation for profit. They make lots of money. The only reason they share things or that people see your shit is if they're making more money and you're keeping them on the platform, right? So how do you play to that? How do you play to that advantage? And get your friends and family to help you because personal and professional mixing is a good thing, right? Because if you really believe in your work in the world and people really need it, which I believe that they do, then why wouldn't your friends and family want to support you? And if they don't, then get new friends and family. And there's a couple different amazing groups, Corporate Rebels being one of them, Femme Genius, Visible AF, Express AF. There's a bunch of amazing, Sisters Rising groups on the Facebook realm that you can go and get support and love on from other women and support and love on them as well. So powerful, so strong. So if you need new friends, those are the places to go. All right. I think that's all I've got to say. And I've got to go grab lunch before the mastermind call in the Femme Genius team. So I got to go, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for joining me. Drop me a line. Let me know how I can help you and support your amazing business so you can finally quit your day job and get the freedom, abundance, and flexibility that you deserve. Take care.